Let's see. All right. Good morning, guys. I'm gonna do something a little different here. Mm, 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 mm. Morning, guys. I don't know if anybody's in here, but I was just writing up what I do for the Discord each morning. I was like, you know what? We'll hop on a live stream and talk about some stuff before open. So yeah, right? That's pretty cool, right? There we go. Yeah, I was just thinking. I mean, there's a fan going in the background. I hope you guys don't hear it, but I was just thinking, you know what? Why not talk for a little bit, talk about some scenarios here. And I mean, I think something's gonna happen here. Let's just like look at this before we go any further. I gotta finish writing up what I got for the Discord over there, but I just want to point out, pull back into a lower high, pull back into a lower high, pull back into a lower high. I'm just going to make a bold prediction here and say I think we're finally getting more of a rally. So first things first, we already have moved $20. So that is something to point out. All right, $20 is no joke. We did that in 1 week, guys. So like I knew it was going to be explosive. Did I think we were going to have the whole move in 1 week here before a pullback? No, I didn't think it was going to be this explosive. This is kind of crazy. But then again, I knew something was loading because I was pointing out, like, there was everyone getting bearish when there was no reason for anyone to be getting bearish. I'm sorry. Don't respect the RSI all you want. Friends don't let friends short when you have an RSI nearing 30. It's just, your downside is limited. Like, even if you were shorting over here, this is what I was trying to say. Like, once we got to 420, downside was limited. Why? Because you're just going to literally get into this move right here, right? You're going to get into this golden pocket, and like, just so we can literally just go over this one more time so everyone has it very clear. I'm just going to let you guys know, golden pocket, using the break and retest in the golden pocket, along with just, you know, just structures I see. I'd say that's what my strategy is going to always revolve around from this point moving forward. I mean, it's kind of been that way for a little while, but recently the golden pockets just make things so simple. They really do. You can literally see it right here. You bounced right off of the golden pocket. This is where you risk your trade. All right. This is where you take it. You take your capital and you risk it. All right. Stop would be under there. All right. You're playing for a move like that. That makes it extremely simple on the macro, you know, time frame here, which would be the weekly. All right. And let's just, before we go any forward or any further here, let me just show you. All right, all of these moves we could have just caught using the golden pocket. Now I'm going to be honest, guys. All right, I wasn't at the point where I am right now in charting and trading last year when this was all taking place. But looking back, I see how a lot of people probably got extremely rich off of just swing trading. All right, just straight up swinging these moves back and forth, and you can do it on the long side. So I'll show you guys a few examples here. All right, literally right here, guys. Where did you come down? You came down here, the 50% retracement, almost to your golden pocket. All right, but you can literally see right right here, you did the same exact thing. You came down to the 50% retracement. Now you can also see, where was it? If we go on to the daily time frame, you can, like, even if we were, you know, macro, we were looking for those big swings down during this time frame. Just look at this. You can continuously use this to your advantage. All right, continuously. You see, popped up right there, came down to the 50% retracement. All right, you come over here, came down to the 50% retracement. Well, let's see what happens on the next one. So this is what I'm talking about. We can use this on like every single time frame, guys. You literally came down to the golden pocket and ended up bouncing. All right, like it's such a simplified strategy, and I cannot believe I did not find these things until, you know, now. Honestly, I well, not now, but you know, in recent months, just really just simplifying the crap out of things. But yeah, on a smaller time frame, all right, like the daily, instead of just looking at these weekly moves, guys, these have worked on SPY and QQQ for weeks now. All right, and like you can even see right here over on SPY. I remember playing it over here. This is when I first read my fib book. All right, like this was, you know, textbook right here. You literally bounced back up, came down, almost got into the golden pocket there, but held on to the 50% retracement and went back up. Like, it does not have to be complicated. It really does not. All right, I understand it's not perfect here, but on a weekly time frame, yeah, I'm guessing that kind of held pretty well right there. Buyer stepped in around that 0.786. All right, guys, so I am looking for a pullback here. It's just like, regardless, bull case or not, I am definitely looking for that pullback. Now, I will say right now, I got the whole know you were live pre-market. I'm not usually live during pre-market. I just don't have work today, so it's like, okay, might have to go in later to get someone's Pro Maxes. They came in, so I think he's gonna come in later, or it's tomorrow at 9. It's one or the other. I gotta see. I don't think it's today though, so we're okay, guys. We're okay, guys. Your boy was number 14 on that New York and CT leaderboard yesterday. Not not the best, but not the worst. There's a guy in my store. He was number 2 yesterday, so number 14 really ain't shit. But when it's out of 150 people, I just started. It's not the worst. It's not the worst. I won't complain. I will not complain about that. But yeah, guys, all right, Apple came right up to this trend line, and you literally ended up getting a perfect rejection. Like, you could not have asked for a more perfect rejection here. You got one here, you got one here, you got one here. The trend line was established up here. All right, on top of that, you had your RSI coming right into overbought territory, and you can see, guys, you had a wicked ride up. It was either this, this earnings call, you were either going to end up seeing a gap up out of this bull structure, or you're just going to get a pullback that's probably going to get eaten up, and then you're just going to return back up here and break out. All right, I don't know how anybody can be too bearish right now when this thing is looking like this, and you're still right up here, right? If you come back down here, you're just going to be looking for, buyers to step in. Why? Just look on the weekly time frame, all right? Give it another leg down. See what happens. You're going to get a lot of buyers stepping in here. That is what would take place. All right? I'm not, what tool is that Henry using? Right here, Fibonacci retracement. All right? Right there. You're going to come over here. You're going to type, no, actually, never mind. You're not going to do that. It's not an indicator. Cool, right here. All right? I don't know if you could see it. Let me move it just so you can see it. All right, right here. It's going to be right there at the top. Well, I have the favorited. All right, and then my favorites bar looks like this, which I actually want to remove that. Where is that? The curve one. I don't use that curve. I do use the other things though. Okay. But yeah, guys, it was one or the other here, and I'm still gonna be honest. I'm bullish here. Look at this thing. This thing is already recovering. I don't want to see it recover. I want to get this pullback. Also, I am in SPY and QQQ puts just because if you're going to risk them, this is exactly the spot to be risking them. There's no point in doing them anywhere else. All right. But the two scenarios I really do see for SPY here is you either pull back from right here where we are. It's perfect. Okay. Perfect resistance. You're going to have downtrend resistance. You're going to have a previous important trend line going back to the October low over here, and then you had the March low touch point right there. Had this bounce right here. You gave it up. False breakdown. Boom. You trap shorts, but it exposed the real move, and then you ended up coming down. All right. Let me actually just declutter this chart real quick. There we go. But yeah, as you can see, we're coming in for a back test right there. So you have descending trend lines resistance. You're going to have ascending broken trend line resistance. You're going to have golden pocket resistance, your 0.786. If, sellers are going to step in, they're probably going to step in right around where we are right now. I do see you're having a pretty sick, nasty gap up. Holy Jesus, that's non-farm payrolls right there. All right, I'm pretty sure, pretty positive. Let me check my phone real quick. I think that was non-farm payrolls. Let's see what we got. All right, let's see what we got. Unemployment rate for September came in at 3.9%, above expectations of 3.8%. Okay. Change in non-farm payroll September, 150K below expectations of 180K. Previous 336K. That is not bad right there. That is why you're getting this positive reaction. I'm just letting you guys know. All right. But what is that doing? It's pushing QQQ deeper into this golden pocket. All right. SPY is now at the top. If sellers are going to step in, it's going to be right around where you are right now. If not, we're probably coming straight up here to 435, the 436, honestly. because you have absolutely nothing. You can see that is where these wicks all started, all right, where the bodies of the candlesticks end. And that range goes all the way up to what, 438, 438.14. All right, guys. So my two scenarios that I was seeing is you're going to get a pullback. It's probably going to fill this gap right here. You're going to come down here to the high of 423.50. That's where your gap lies. And then you're probably going to break out from this falling wedge there. All right. Why did I think that was probably? You have like 4 different resistances right here that I thought would probably end up holding. You also have horizontal resistance. So I was thinking it was going to hold. It does look like, you know, you're having a really positive reaction off of non-farm payrolls. All right, so maybe you end up going a little higher here. You're not going to want to see a daily close above this 0.786. Or guys, we're coming straight up here, and we honestly could be coming straight up here. That's only $3.50 away at this point. All right, so, you know, anything could happen. But I was looking for something like that, or I'm looking for something like that. And then you're going to pull back here. It's probably going to be a deeper pullback. You're going to have, you know, quite a ride there if you do end up extending all the way to 436. But then what happens? Let's just delete this so we could declutter the chart there. Okay, what happens? You go up here, you have, you know, this touch point over here, and then you have this massive, all right, inverse head and shoulders formation. Okay, and if you do go straight up there, this is why I say the pullback's probably going to be pretty deep there. Probably going to come back to like a 50% retracement. If you run up there, guys, that's a $27 run up. We haven't seen that in quite some time. All right, right here you ran $12 and you had a pullback of like $7, I think. No, $10. All right, right here you started running. You had $13. You had your pullback. You're not getting a pullback right now. All right, you had a $21 move up to the peak. You then stalled out. All right, right now, guys, we're at a $26 move if you get all the way up here. Right now, we're at a $23 move. That is, you know, that's something to behold. Okay, but if it does get up there, be bullish on the pullback because it's just going to put in some bullish structure. And the right shoulder very well could align with the back test right here. And, you know, it probably would be quicker. It probably would be something like this. All right, we are in, you know, a decently volatile market. You could see, you know, you see what I see. Yeah, guys, actually, I do also want to point out right here, you are coming into, you're just at an important spot right now. Like, there is so much resistance going on right here. I, you know, find it hard to believe you're just going to bust on through it. I know we got a lot of squiggly lines here. All right, but those are really my two scenarios, guys. They're both bullish. All right, I think, you know, you already had this, you had this minor high, minor low here, right? So you broke down, but, you know, you broke to a new high. All you need to see now is a pullback to a higher low. And I think it's probably going to happen right here off of this breakout zone, as well as the 50% retracement here, as well as, put that up right there, the 200 daily moving average. I know you can't see it too much. Let me make it a little bigger here. All right. Can we, how do we make it bigger? All right, I don't know how to make it a thick line there, but, oh, it's right here. No, it's not right here. It's right here. Yeah, now you guys can see that. Okay. All right, guys, so I know there's a lot of stuff here, but when you come back down, that is when you'll have, all right, first things first, let's take that off, and let's draw a new fib there. All right, let's say you do stall out here, all right, you're going to have the 50% fib right there. But if you do end up getting that scenario where you go all the way up there to 436 first, that is when you're looking at the 50% retracement. It's going to be right here. All right, guys. So you're going to have a lot of confluence on here, just like we have a lot of confluence of resistance right here. Let's just see what's going on there. Look at that. That doesn't look bearish to me. All right. You're going to have a lot of confluence of support down here if you come down here and, you know, tap 424-ish. So that is honestly, like, that's my most likely scenario. You're going to get the pullback into like 424 over here in SPY, and then we're going to continue higher. I ultimately think this is going to happen. And I've been vocal about this literally since the bottom. I was saying, even if you're a bear, all right, on the weekly chart, you just finished your impulsive series down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's that. I don't think there's anyone who's going to argue on that one. But I'm looking for a move all the way up here. All right, 440. I think that is incoming. So I think after that pullback, I think you're probably going to do something like that. Maybe the pullback takes a little longer than that. And then you do that into the end of November. And guys, I'm not calling for, you know, a Santa Claus rally or anything. Now, historically, they can come. Okay, they can come. I'll be down for it. I definitely will. You got a Santa Claus rally over here right before, you know, the world ended in 2022 for the whole year. The world just kept ending, you know. Um, but yeah, I'm not gonna go permabull mode saying we're pushing all-time highs. Santa Claus rally's coming. No, I was very vocal from the bottom. Even if you're a bear, you're looking at least for a dead cat bounce. All right, it doesn't have to be something strong, but you're looking for this, a corrective move back up. Looking for something like that, and then, all right, you can have another move to the downside, but that is still the bear case. You're still looking for further upside here. All right, and then the bull case, you know, you don't want it to just be that. You want to see a full scale move here. All right, except you probably would like it to go something like that. All right, maybe do a break and retest off right there. I don't know. All right, I got absolutely no idea. Yeah, guys, that's pretty much my thoughts over here on SPY. Like, if bears are gonna pop in on SPY and QQ, it's going to be right here. QQ is also aligning with horizontal resistance right now. Why the fuck are they going crazy? Oh, I just realized my chart has been, like, off this whole time. There we go. I'm sorry about that. No one told me. Okay, guys, I noticed. I noticed. But yeah, guys, I'm just saying, it's literally going to be right here. So, like, take your shorts right here if you're going to risk them. If not, risk them right here. Okay, but keep in mind, that's the 100% retracement. If you get that, I'm just saying, you're going to see a lot of people calling for double top, even though double top wouldn't look like this setup. A double top, you would have a shallow neckline. All right, so instead of coming all the way down here and that being your neckline, you would want something like this. And then right here, this would be now your new neckline. Once you broke under there, you're probably going to get that real impulsive move that typically plays out like this. Boom. All right, which actually, let me just pop up a chart right now. All right. Oh, first of all, on the pullback, I just Santa rally is coming, brother. CPI. Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna go. I really can't, you know, I don't want to. Like, I do a good amount of speculation already here on the channel, but I'm just gonna say, you know, things aren't looking too bad. But you know, I will play things. I told you guys, once we get the relief that it needs, I'll go back to playing things level by level and just, you know, I'll be a neutral guy. But there's no way, like, even if you went long at 420, I was still saying, like, hey, all right, I don't think it's going to be a bad decision by the 17th. All right, that was the expiration I kept pointing at. All right, the 17th, I think it's going to be a good idea. And I mean, it did, you know, I think prices were going to be higher than down there. And yeah, I mean, maybe you had to suffer a little bit, but I'm just going to say right now, I think this is still getting warmed up. And anybody who ended up, you know, scaling in on that dip, boy, I wish I just got to, you know, put all of it down here. Holy Jesus, I would have enjoyed a big fat load of money. All right, but, you know, I played things not how you're supposed to play things. I've been busy at the new job, and I kind of just decided to hodl. There was that. And I just, you know, the further we went, I was just averaging in. Now, luckily, you know, things aren't so bad. But bad jobs data, Fed down hiking, multiple expansion. Bulls commence. I'd say bulls commence for now. Like, I'm serious, guys. Bear case or bull case, we're gonna get a pullback and then we're gonna rip. That's both of my scenarios right now. Is you're looking for, like, this is the bear case. You're going to do that. You're going to break out here. And then you're going to come down here and you're going to break this low and then do something like that. All right. That would be the bear case. But the bull case, all right, you're literally looking like this and you're looking to get somewhere in here. All right. And then the bulls can take a step back, probably for another pullback. Maybe it rips faces. If you see it break 450, then we're going to 460. But, you know, we ain't got to talk about that right now because, you know, we don't. Yeah, it's pure speculation, not even educated speculation there. Okay. All right. DIA, I do want to point out DIA was being the strongest down here. All right. And it turns out to be the strongest up here as well. All right, guys. If you would like, all right, I would be bullish on a pullback over here. My man. What's up, my man? My man, boosting the YouTube algo. Ever since I made a video, ever since I told you that it helps me out. My man, you've been boosting this channel. I love you. You're doing QQ today too. So I actually already have 2 SPY and 2 QQQ puts. All right, that is just what I decided to do. All right, guys. So I think, 425 for SPY into next week. I don't think that's out of the question. So since you just got here, I'll just go over things again. All right, guys, both scenarios revolve around a pullback. They both revolve around a pullback. Doesn't matter if you're bull, doesn't matter if you're bear, right? If you're bull, you want to see that, and then you have a picture perfect inverse head and shoulders going from there to there to there with here as your neckline. All right, but guess what? Let's take away that scenario real quick, and let's just say you pull back directly from here into here. And what do you also have? You have this being your neckline, and then you have a head. You have two shoulders. All right, guys. Like, it really doesn't look too shabby at all. It doesn't matter if you're bear or bull. You're looking for this because it's not going to have one move up and then just completely die. All right, like, I'm just putting it out there. We've had, these three big moves to the downside. It's time for this. All right, so that is exactly what I'm looking for. And then we can get bearish. All right, but I'm probably not gonna. But we can. But I am going to point out what I pointed out in the Discord yesterday. VIX is now down at support. All right, key support here. This is where you broke out from over here. All right, I guess you really can extend the zone. I mean, I guess if you want to really look at the breakout here, this is, over here, you can see buyers start stepping in. People say you can't do TA in the VIX. Guys, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? All right? It's VIX respecting the trend line that we didn't even know it was going to respect, but we said when it started spiking, we were looking for the backtest of the trend line and for rejection to go down. All right? Then what the fuck are these? Pardon my French. We're on live, so it's not monetized now. I don't even swear that much, guys. I used to have a swearing problem, but over the past, we'll say 2 years, actually, this YouTube channel has definitely helped me just redefine my vocab, I guess we could say. Not going to say I have the best vocab, but not that it's bad. I don't know. Probably, there's smarter people out there, But this is the thing about trading, guys, it doesn't really matter where you are on the whole, mental spectrum there. If you put in your reps, you should get to this exact same point. The same point I'm at, the same point you're at, we all can get to the same point. Don't matter. It's literally, are you willing to put in the work? You should get there. That's that. Doesn't really doesn't matter about anything else. All right. It's pattern recognition. It doesn't matter what field you're in. You're gonna start recognizing patterns. I'm already recognizing patterns in sales. I think the same thing when people say that about. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, honestly, guys, let me know what you guys think about the morning streams. All right. If I got time, maybe I'll hop in here and do it. I made a thumbnail just for the pre-market live, so. It's just, I got one for the weekly outlook. Maybe we're going to have one over here as well. All right. But as of right now, guys, right here, this zone that I have outlined right here, this is where you want to hold for the bears. I'm just putting that out there. That aligns with this trend line that you broke down from. Major weekly trend line there. And you really would like to hold that. All right. Now I am going to finish this up real quick. All right. I'll just literally show you guys what I'm doing so you guys are entertained, okay? All right, which, no, I can't even because I have two screens. I got to be looking at the chart as I'm typing things out. That's where the thoughts are going to come from. All right, but yeah, guys, I mean, just know, we're literally at the golden pocket. It's not going to work eventually. Well, I mean, eventually, I think that's exactly why I pointed out these lower highs. Pull back into a lower high, pull back into the lower high, pull back into the lower high. I think we're going to finally get a pull back into a higher high. So, yes, I think the golden pocket's going to work, but I think we're finally going to see something different because, what I spoke about earlier with, Elliott wave and all that, all right? Hey, my man, that'll be cool. That'll be cool. All right. Yeah, guys, once I get things up and running at Verizon, so I pretty much got to pick my schedule this time around. Next time, guys, I might honestly do all 1 to 9 shifts. So just because that is, I have noticed that people come in from the 9 to 5s, they're ready to buy instead of just the bogus questions that you got to deal with in the mornings. We do this thing called swings, you take your turn. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. I was literally just trying. I was like, I could do this today. We could hop on here, and because I did an early video yesterday, I got a comment saying that don't post early videos, only post them after the bell. Like the early ones are not important. You missed the day or something like that. And guys, when I post the early videos, just know, I know you guys know this, but I'm just assuring everyone, okay? When I post these, it's because I am, you know, throwing out something that I think is not going to change. And if it does change, you know what, like, you guys know, level by level, all right? I put these things out there so you guys can see them as soon as possible. Nothing was going to change. I literally said in yesterday's video, first of all, SPY, the fact that we were so close to this 429.88 level, I thought that was going to be hit. So that's, you know, that's the first thing right there. And that did end up being hit. All right. But I also want to point out how much resistance we had right there. And that wasn't going to change. All right. That was not going to change. I was still like, all I wanted to really make very clear yesterday was if sellers are going to step in, it's going to be somewhere right around here. I do understand you are over the 0.786 right here on SPY. In pre-market, we're going to have to see what happens by open. I'm not going to be streaming, you know, all the way till 9:30, but I am going to tell you guys right now, I think it's probably going to fade. All right. I think that is probably going to fade. All right. You could watch over here on QQ as well. Even if you start rallying on up, I doubt you're going to get all the way up there without having a big pullback. All right. That's another $5 move. We already pointed out you're going to have a $20 move. Now that's a $25 move to the upside here. And then you're finding your trend line resistance from this parallel channel. And yes, guys, this is literally just a parallel channel here. All right. Everyone was like, oh, bull flag dead, which it could be dead. All right. I'm not going to argue with that. But I'm just telling you right now, all it did is it formed a parallel channel. So bull flag extended into parallel channel. I think we're probably going to go for a ride. It doesn't have to come up here and break this high, but I think we're probably going to break out of this thing after getting, you know, you can move this thing up and say we got 3 touch points on both sides at this point. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to have a 5th over here. I bet that on the 5th it's going to break. All right. So that is that. Or you're going to get all the way up there and then it's not going to break. All right. And then you're going to get the pullback and then it's going to break. Those are my scenarios over there. All right. IWM, guys. You're literally just pulling right back into this resistance. Oh, you're gapping up above it. That is something to take note of. We're going to see if that gets given back, all right? You do have positive news. You had non-farm payrolls coming in as a beat today. They came in less than expected. I think it was at 130K instead of 160K. Let me just check right now. Where did it go that I was looking at that? All right, 150K below expectations of 180K. I got both numbers wrong. I'm sorry, guys, but that's why we do clarification, all right? I am going to actually also bring up Goog here. That reminds me, Goog, I think, is not looking too bad. All right, for a short. All right, for a short. You're still right here at where you should be finding sellers. All right, so let me just take that right there. Come on, do it. Do it, Mr. Krabs. Do it. All right, guys, right here. All right, you have a lot of action going on here. You got this going on over here. You had sellers stepping in. You had buyers stepping in. Buyers all throughout here. All right, buyers. Boom. Now you're getting sellers stepping in. So I am going to point out, hey, first break and retest here of this zone. I think it's probably going to be a supply zone. The fact that you're not gapping up above it heavily right now, as these things both gapped up heavily. Like SPY right now is up 0.53%. QQ is up 0.39%. Why is Goog not, you know, just heavily up over? Well, no, actually, Goog is up 0.55% as well. Amazon, guys, really is looking strong. I am bullish on that pullback over, you know, a lot of other things. I'm just pointing that out. All right, AMD as well. I think AMD, guys, this setup could go absolutely berserker. I'm just putting that one out there. All right, I pointed out SMH the other day. SMH, it just looks really nice. All right, it looked like it was perfect. All right, I actually pointed this out before this happened on the YouTube channel. This was one of the setups we discussed at the end of the video the other day. It looks absolutely sexy, guys. You had 4 days of consolidation above the 200 DMA. All right, you have this breakout here with volume. All right, all you need is a pullback to get bullish on, and you have a pretty sexy scenario going on. I think semis are probably going to go for a ride. Someone requested an NVIDIA analysis the other day in my video the other day. Yeah, you got this big ass head and shoulders. All right. Even though QQ broke the bull flag, wouldn't it still be considered a bull flag channel now? It's still bullish. Yeah, that's what I was pointing out. It literally just turned into a parallel channel now. So that's that. But over here on NVIDIA, guys, things aren't looking too bad. I literally pointed out this day of the hammer, all right? I didn't wait for this day right here. I pointed out because that's the day I gave the thoughts. He asked on this day right here, and then we got that. And I pointed out, hey, I wouldn't get too bearish into, I said, hey, short if you want, but I wouldn't get too bearish on this hammer candlestick coming right from the support zone. You need to hold your demand zone down here with this bullish divergence going on. It was a triple bullish divergence, so I'm just putting that out there. It was not looking like a good short, and all eyes were probably on this massive head and shoulders formation, all right? Now, given we've had this happen before, and then it did end up playing out. Look at that. All right. Oh, keep in mind, you're back testing your neckline from the head and shoulders formation right there. But coming to the top of it, we're really going to have to see how this goes. All right. I want to, if sellers are going to step in, you want them to sell it, step in right from the open. You don't really want to have a short squeeze push, because a lot of people probably got short, did exactly what I did here. All right. And if you do get that, people are probably just going to be covering. What I'm going to tell you is I think you're still just, hey, if you don't stall it here, you're probably going to stall it right here at 436. All right, that's going to be bullish because that's stalling right here at your neckline. Well, your future neckline, you then pull back probably around 424 over here in SPY, and then you go back up, and now you have a massive inverse head and shoulders formation. If you do that, do you see the picture? I think it looks rather bullish, and then you probably get a decent move. All right, does it fail? Maybe, but you probably do get that decent move, and it's probably going to 440 where that 0.618 is. All right, guys. I think that is pretty much it. All right. If you guys have got any tickers you want me to look at right now, I am open to it. Like, guys, look at this. Look at these semis. They all look pretty good. All right. MU, though, at the top of the channel. All right. Or top of this range, I guess. I guess it is a horizontal channel, though. That could, hey guys, we could end up breaking out, but your RSI is probably going to be up here. You could get another few days of upside, could be something like that, but it's probably going to turn into a topping process if you do get that. But hey, who knows? Is MU about to break out to new highs? I have absolutely no idea. All right, would be new 52-week highs if you can get above here and then get above here. Not looking too bad. All right, maybe that thing's maybe it's gonna carry freaking SMH for us. I don't know, but all of these are looking pretty good to me. That is what I want to make very clear there. All right, we had a pretty big squeeze day. I'm actually going to point out shop. So shop, this was a massive bear flag that was going on over here. Let me just make this not massive anymore. Bring that back down. Yeah, that's a normal size there for our moving average. All right, you broke down from this massive bear flag, and you literally came down to support, bounced directly off it, and you had a sick nasty 22% gap up the next day. Well, not the next day, but after a few days of consolidation above support, RSI is now all the way up there at overbought. Guys, you're probably going to get some continuation right here. All right, you could short, but short at your own, own caution there. Also going to point out right here, you're coming right into a trend line. So that is also a thing. All right, guys, so I'd be watching that over there. And shop, what was another one? I think we had Carvana ended up having a gap up. Mar had a decent move. You had Carvana. What was the other one? Square, right? Square was another one that, well, that's actually gapping up today, all right? So on Square, guys, I'm just going to say this is nothing but bullish. Do you see what happened here? You literally had this, ugly double bottom going on. Now that you're up here, I would not be surprised at all to see a pullback to 47.54, which is going to be the high of this candlestick right here. All right, and then you push on up into this range, or you just push on up into this range right off the bat. And then you pull back, and then either you double top here with this being your new neckline, or you end up extending that move. You come up with this next resistance around 60, all right, or 59 bucks, right around there. Okay, guys. All right, I am going to conclude the video here. I'm just looking for any setups that I want to point out here. Roblox did end up having a breakout. I was looking at that. PLTR also was another 20% gap up. I could have swore there was one more. DraftKings was another nice one we pointed out the other day. All right, so that one did end up gapping up out of this. I think this is sexy. I think this could be a top watch setup if anybody's interested in it. All right, whether you stall out here at resistance or the next one, I don't know, but be bullish on that pullback. And let's just point out where you could pull back to. So let's go like that. All right, so literally you're gonna play it level by level, okay, just like that. Now that you're up here, you're gapping right into resistance. I won't be surprised if you sell back down, but that is when you probably just get a back test and then you move up like that. All right, and that is a playable move right there. All right, and contracts are pretty cheap over here on D King. So you could be doing something like that, or you get to move all the way up here, and then you're just going to pull back here, and then something like that. That is why I put these zones right here, just real quick there. Yeah, we could go over Comcast. Comcast, holy Jesus, what has happened here? Holy, that's crazy. Look at that. All right, what immediately stands out to me is this downtrend. You have that going on right there. Okay, you actually can broke down from your channel, I believe, but yeah, I was gonna say parallel channel. So you broke down, you broke back into it. All right. I'm not gonna call it heavy volume. All right. If you see buying, you want to see, you know, stuff like this. This is going to be. I mean, you did have this going on over here. I'll actually point out what was the one that was requested over with Zillow. ALB. All right. So we have Zillow, which I think is actually looking real good. I'm just going to put that one on your radar as well. Kid Slam, thank you for that one. I don't know if I'll play it, but I will tell you right now, this thing actually does look really good. Literally just pulling back to the golden pocket. You do have buyers stepping in over here on the weekly time frame. You can see that. You have your weekly RSI all the way in overbought territory, or oversold territory. You're probably at least looking at a bounce like that. All right, probably going to be a bounce just back up to this resistance right here, and then maybe you go lower. Or you get a full-scale recovery. What I do like on the daily chart, though, is that we could see that heavy volume spike here. It is stopping volume. We do have this these wicks underneath these two large volume days. And if you come down to the 5-minute time frame, you actually could see, just go like that, you actually could see this was stopping volume that was coming into here. Right over here. All right, so you know, you had this big first volume candles. Yeah, you had some volume on that. All right, but then when you start seeing these wicks, that is how you know there was a battle going on there. Buyers started stepping in. All right, and then over here, this was on a green candlestick. This volume moved it up 0.6% in one 5-minute candlestick. All right, guys, so we know that volume spike is likely just buyers taking their position. This thing's probably going to start getting a reversal. And even if it's not going to get the reversal from here, it's probably just going to come down here to 32 support and then get it from there. And then you're probably looking at a full-scale reversal here. I would be watching this downtrend right there. All right, or you could, you know, watch a more immediate downtrend, and you could watch it right there. All right, guys, so definitely a setup that I would be paying attention to if you are interested. ALB is the other one that was requested, and I also think this is probably setting up for a decent-sized reversal here. All right, bear case or not, let me just move it down so you can see why that is looking like that. Ignore these for now. All right, but regardless, you have that wick going on there, heavy volume going on. Okay, you can definitely tell, at least I could tell, like, hey guys, all right, you're probably getting buyers stepping in here. The last 3 days were bullish candlesticks. All right, and then let me move that down there. All right, now you can see. All right, on a hammer right there, heavy volume. On a not a bullish engulfing candlestick, but you can see they gapped down and buyers recovered all throughout the day. All right, that is not looking bearish to me. You also have a big fat bullish divergence going on. Even if you were a bear, you're still probably looking for a move back up here to, you know, 160, 165, 170-ish, all the way up there, 180-ish, 165 to 180-ish before going down. Or, you know, if you're a bull, you're looking for this exact thing to go down. All right, but let's just point out how big of a move that is. It's a $40 move to the upside. So even if you're a bear here, not looking too bad. But the reason I say, you know, it's probably going to be a dead cat bounce into a further move down like that is because if you just measure this head and shoulders formation, it doesn't always work exactly like this. But if you take the full measure move here, you're looking at something like that. All right, from where you broke down from. And then, you know, that would bring you right down here, right? But you're looking at that dead cat bounce at least. So also another setup to keep on your radar. All right, so I know we've gone over a lot of setups. We've also gone over the indices in the start of the live stream. All right, so not looking too bad. Change actually is not looking too bad here as well. Netflix. Look at that. They kept squeezing you out. I remember seeing, I told someone in the Weeble comments, I like see Weeble comments, and then I start typing things out, and then I'm like, what the heck am I doing? This is Weeble. Most of the people are just spamming things in this chat. Yeah, I literally, someone was like, shorting all in short Netflix tomorrow. And literally, I was like, nah, it's probably going to push up at least this 50% retracement. On these earnings gap ups, you literally can continuously, except this was the one exception. You didn't see continuation in the downside. All right here, you ended up gapping down. And then for the next few days, you had continuation over there. Over here, you gapped up. Even though it was only like 3 more trading sessions, you still had a pretty decent move from 340 all the way up to 366, $25 move. All right, over here, consolidation the next day after the gap up. But then guess what? You had another 8% day. And then you ended up going from your 259 gap to 307. That's a massive like $50 move if I'm thinking right. All right, guys. Oh, gap down, continuation. Gap down, continuation for a few days, and it's still like a decent continuation. That's a $50 move to the downside you could have caught. Right over here, yeah, it took a little while, but you're still looking at that continuation to the downside. Here you didn't. All right, here you did. So you see the common theme I'm talking about over here with Netflix. All right. So I am going to close things off here. I know it's been a long live here. I thought it would be like a 20-minute thing. It is, guys, breaking out from this wedge. Might want to keep an eye on that. All right, Weeble comments are entirely. They really are. I always want to tell people, like, hey, I swear this is not how it works. But like, then I probably sound like the rest of them. All right, that's pretty much how it is. All right, I don't want to talk on that platform because I think, like, people are just gonna look at me and be like, what the fuck this guy thinks he knows what he's talking about? Hell no. All right, I think I know a decent amount of what I'm talking about. Cat also is looking. That was actually we pointed that out yesterday. You had the bullish engulfing candlestick, all right? You want to see the fall through. Now you're getting that fall through. I won't be surprised if you end up seeing Cat at 258 in the not too near future. All right. Are there any last setups that I would like to take a look at? I know Rivian just ended up on the break before and after. There was that. Meta, you got an inverse head and shoulders going on over there. Things don't really look too bad. They really don't. They really do not. What is Apple doing? Holy Jesus, recovering so much of that move down. Look at that, guys. Look at Apple is going to save the market. Market doesn't move down on Apple, but then moves up with Apple. That makes sense. Makes perfecto sense. All right. Look at SPY being all the way up there. Craziness. Craziness. All right, guys. With that being said, I will catch y'all in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed the pre-market live. We will do more of these. Just going to tell you right now, they're going to be at complete random times because I cannot do them all the time. And yeah, I'm not going to load up another obligation, but I definitely will be doing them from time to time. So keep notifications on so you can catch them. I did see a comment yesterday saying someone didn't get notifications, guys. Just literally, just click it on, click it off, click it on, make sure it's on and work in there. And all right, I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace. Holy Jesus, TLT is up another 1.7%. I'm sorry, guys. I just saw that. Crazy. You gapped up right to the resistance, guys. You're seeing a bond squeeze. It's crazy looking. Crazy. All right. We were bullish down here, but holy Jesus. All right. I was thinking you're going to get a pullback. You see my alert? Oh, you went straight to there. So what does that set us up for now? All right. Buy the pullback, guys. All right. Whether you're bullish on the market or not, bonds look like they're about to have a squeeze. All right, I'm just putting that one out there. Okay, guys. Now, with that one being said, I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.